Великий, могучий, добрый волшебник. Чего пожелаешь? Все сделаю, все могу.
Hello, hello! My name is Nardo D&D. I do all kinds of old school conversions from old D&D to modern 5.24e, and today I have something exactly like that for you guys to enjoy and use at your own gaming tables. We have converted the Prestige class from a previous edition of 3.5 D&D to now modern 5.24e, the Shadowdancer. And if you're wondering what a Prestige class is, it's a class that is better than the average class, and you won't be able to start as it, and it has several prerequisites you have to meet, including being level 5 already, in order to take said class. Moving right along, the Shadowdancer is what we're going to be talking about today. As you can see here, it has several prerequisites that are involved in it. You will need 13 dexterity. Shadowdancers need to be limber and precise in their movements when melding with the darkness around them. You need proficiency in stealth. Understanding of being unseen is paramount in the art of a shadow dancer. You will need proficiency in the performance skill, because knowledge of dance and movement is required to captivate and draw the eye are needed for a shadow dancer. Just the ability, you're dancing with shadow. You're not just being sneaky, you're being like performative sneaky. You'd be character level 5, as all prestige classes have as a prerequisite, and you must complete a special task that your DM is and you can decide and figure out on your own. Very edgy theater kind of theatrical performance kind of thing. Maybe you have your characters dance with an actual shadow, like the creature, and have it not attack them through a series of convincing performance and stealth rolls or something like that, like in a graveyard of some kind. Or maybe they gain the tutelage of another shadow dancer that has already done it, and they see their moves, their dancing moves, as a worthwhile investment for them to teach their shadow dancing skills. Something along those lines in order to fulfill this special task. The core traits of a shadow dancer: you're going to get a d8 per every level you take in this. You're going to gain some weapon proficiencies if you don't already have them. Martial weapons that have finesse or light properties, you gain all of them. So that's rapiers, that's short swords, that's scimitars, those kinds of things. You're going to gain armor training or light armor if you don't already have it. Like if you're coming from a casting class, you'll gain some light armor proficiencies. That's nice. Like maybe a wizard or is wizard really the only one that doesn't get any armor proficiencies? Anyway, here's a quick sneaky peeky of the features that Shadow Dancer will obtain, such as hide in plain sight, sneak attack, eyes in the dark, shadow jump, shadow illusion, summon shadow, shadowy evasion, ability score improvement, that's my favorite one, and shadowy form. And also, what does this mean? What is shadow jump distance? What's this column about? Well, the sneak attack, it has a column for that? That's wacky. Oh, we're gonna get to see what all that means right now. At level 1, you will gain, as a shadow dancer, hide in plain sight. The shadows are eager to assist you when you call upon them. As a bonus action, you may attempt a hide check even if you are in plain sight. If your hide check beats the passive perception of the creature you are hiding from, you meld into any shadow that is within 10 feet of you, granting you the hidden condition. You may use stealth or performance for this hide check, which is a pretty fun way of use performance, look over there, and then suddenly you're just melted into a shadow. Or use stealth to hide more conventionally, but still melt into a shadow, and it's just, you're gone. You just hide in the shadow of your teammate or something. That could be pretty goofy. There's shadows everywhere. You just drop a bag of rocks and oh, that casts a shadow. Easy. So shrimple to create a shadow out of nothing when you need it. You also gain sneak attack. It's sneak attack like rogue. And also you gain eyes in the dark. The shadows are not as dark as they once were to your eyes. You gain magical dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. This dark vision can pierce through magical darkness, so it's quite a big benefit if you're a drow shadow dancer. You can cast your magical darkness and then boom, hop in there, and then you can actually see out of it, unlike normal drow. So that's pretty handy. That's pretty useful to do. At level 2, you gain the ability Shadow Jump, which I really like. You become more in tuned with the shadows and they become more familiar with you, allowing you to travel distances between them. By expending 10 feet of movement and being in contact with any kind of shadow, you may teleport to any other shadow that is a distance away from the first shadow. The distance increases as you gain levels in this prestige class Shadow Dancer, as listed in the features table. So whenever you use this ability, you spend the 10 feet of movement to jump into the shadow. You reference this thing. So at level 2, 2, you can jump to another shadow that's within 20 feet, so that's alright. You get 10 feet of net gain, but that goes up. At 3rd level, you get 40, at 4th, 80, and then 160 at 5th level. You could just be zooming away, and you could jump from shadow to shadow. It's a whole thing, you know? It could be pretty quick, pretty fast traversing using this shadow jump ability. You also gain Shadow Illusion. You are more of a friend than just a mere acquaintance to the shadows, and they are eager to assist you when you call upon them. You gain the ability to cast the Silent Image spell. You always have that spell prepared. You can cast it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus without a spell slot, and you regain the ability to cast it in that way when you finish a long rest. You can also cast the spell using any spell slots you have, which is like a nice little thing. The DC for this spell is 10 plus your performance or stealth skill. Your choice, which is pretty funny. A little like alternate way of casting. You're using your performance or your stealth instead of like an actual like charisma, wisdom, or intelligence modifier. What Silent Image does is it creates just an illusory image that's like, it could do a little bit of moving. It's quiet. It could like kind of mimic walking, but if someone starts inspecting it, they gotta do this check right here to see if they can figure out if it's real or not. So very handy for infiltrating kind of things, very handy for creating distractions. And that's kind of what this class is about. It's about creating distraction, creating openings by utilizing stealth and obfuscation, which is a pretty fun word to say. You'd get to say that word while playing this class a lot, so that's kind of benefit in and of its own. It also has this overarching theme where you're just becoming friends with the shadow, and you're like, you know, you're dabbing up the shadows, you're, you know, exchanging cool secrets with the shadows, having little dances, having little secret handshakes, you know, that kind of thing. So you're just becoming close with the shadows in like a platonic way shortly. At level 3, you gain Summon Shadow. Oh boy, this one's exciting. You are closely guarded friend of the shadows. You can bring forth a friend from the darkness to assist in your endeavors. Once per long rest, as an action, you may summon your Shadowdancer shadow to assist you. The shadow remains hidden to match where your shadow would be while traveling with you. The shadow acts after you in initiative and will attack anything that harms you or remain hidden. Those are its 2 options that you can make it do without like telling it to do anything. That's just what it does by default. Just like the ranger pet just default takes the dodge action, it'll default do these things. In addition, you may use a bonus action to command the shadow in combat. It will try to the best of its abilities to accomplish your commands. You may only have one Shadowdancer shadow active at a time. You do not cast a shadow while the shadow is active. So if he goes off, he'll leave, like in Peter Pan, you know, when like Peter Pan, that guy, he's like running around, he's trying to look for a shadow and it separates from him, so he doesn't cast the shadow until he like puts it back. So it's like that. And the shadow uses the stats outlined below, which I'm pretty proud that I made right here. You can have like a nice little peruse, a little look-see right here. It's got a lot of stuff. It has AC equal to 12 plus your proficiency bonus, very cool. It has some hit points equal to your level times 5 plus 10, which is nice. It has a 40-foot speed. It has immunities to a bunch of stuff because it's a shadow. It has resistances to a bunch of stuff because it is a shadow. It's vulnerable to radiant damage because it's a shadow. Shadows don't like light. They hate it. Ew, yucky. It knows the languages that it understands the languages, you know. It can't like speak. It doesn't have mouths and working parts. Its skills are stealth, which its bonus is equal to your stealth skill, and it has performance equal to your performance skill because it's your shadow. It takes on your skills of these skills, being stealth and performance. So you just use your bonuses for that, which is very easy to save time. You don't have to recalculate for it. It just uses your one. It's amorphous. It can squeeze through things because it's a shadow. It doesn't like the sun because it's a shadow, so it gets the sunlight weakness. It has multi-attack, which is pretty neat, but it has multi-attack in a funny way where it has it equal to the number. It can do a number of attacks equal to your proficiency bonus halved, rounded up. So at like, once you get that +5, that's 3 draining touches. But until then, it's going to be 2 for the most part. It's like when you get this, you'll have a +3 because you're at least level 5. So that's just going to be 2 draining touches until you get the +5. Because that's just how it works, which is nice. It's all right. The melee attack, 4 plus your proficiency bonus, nothing too crazy. That's +7 to hit. That's okay. I wouldn't complain about a +7 on your like dog that you can summon. That's all right. And he's a good buddy. You could probably like dance and do funny funny roleplay stuff with him. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's just a funny little guy. It's like a little funny dancing hiding man. What a little dude. So yeah, that's what he's about. So that's pretty fun. Also at level 3, you get something less goofy. Shadowy evasion. Shadows are quick to assist you in staving off dangers, carrying you away from where those dangers might be. When you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, like a fireball or a lightning bolt, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half damage if you fail. In addition, when you succeed at a dexterity saving throw, you may move 10 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity. You can't use this feature if you have the incapacitated condition because you're knocked unconscious, so that's just how it goes. So you're not going to be like dodging too much because they just help you get out of the way. They don't just actually pick you up and carry you out of the way, but they do like propel you a bit. You get what I'm saying? It's very funny. You get to move a little with the shadows. They help you. They help you stay out of harm's way. You're very dodgy. You're a very dexterous dancing person. You're hard to pin down, as it were. At level 4, you gain the ability score improvement. Oh boy, you can pick a feat instead, which is what I'd always do. I love picking feats. Maybe you actually go for like expertise or something, like make you really good at performance or really good at stealth in this as a treat, because just to fit more into the character, that could be kind of cool. So yeah, it'll let you customize your character however you want. You know your character better than anyone else could, so you pick what you think would be good as a feat for your character. Or maybe you do just put in the 2 points in ability scores. Who's to say what's better for you? At level 5, you gain shadowy form. You are one with the shadows, so much so you might be more shadow than what you once were, which is a lot of W's that we just said there. You gain the amorphous trait, which is really fun, allowing you to move through a space as narrow as 1 inch without expending any extra movement to do so, just like your shadow guy that you can summon. So that's pretty neat. You just like, oh, big keyhole, you just slide on through there with your amorphous shadow beam. In addition, when you apply your sneak attack damage to a target, you drain their strength score by 1d4, which is nuts. This is what normal shadows can do in D&D. So you drain their strength, which is pretty nasty. The target dies if the score is reduced to 0, because they drain their strength score to 0. They got no strength to do anything. I assume their heart stops or something. If a humanoid is slain by this attack, a CR 1/2 shadow rises from the corpse and obeys your commands, grateful that you have freed it from its shackles. This shadow cannot create more shadows though. So you just get like a fun little guy that can like, maybe you can stack this infinitely. If you're like really evil, you could just kill a bunch of peasants with this, which would be kind of fucked up, but like you're evil, so like that's cool. You could also maybe like cleanse an orc population. Like they're bad, surely. So just like fix up town's problems with the orcs and just have these guys come hang out with you. You just amass a great and powerful army to do your bidding and maybe better the world. Maybe you have them work like cops or something. That'd be kind of goofy. Imagine like spooky ghost cops just like slithering on the ground, and then they just pop up when someone tries to steal an apple because they're hungry, and they just drain them of health. Like, that'd be cool. That's neat. I'd vote for that party. That's pretty neat. And that is it. That is the entirety of Shadowdancer. I thought it was pretty funny. This is a new format that I'm trying out. I just have the fun PDF and I'm scrolling through it as I just talk to you guys with my little floating head right here, bobbing up and down. Let me know if you like it, if you like it better or worse than the other things. But yeah, this is this Shadowdancer. This is a lot faster as well. I can produce a lot more things doing it this way than the other way, which is kind of funny. There's the upside and the downside to that. Anyway, if you like this, I'd really appreciate a like in the video. If you want to stay in tuned for more free D&D things that are like conversions from old stuff, why don't you give a subscribe to see the next one? I love doing these prestige class things. I think they're really cool. And yeah, if you're on mobile, like see if you can hit the hype thing, because some people can't and some people can, and I don't know what causes it. So I'd appreciate that if you just check. Like that's cool. If you can like look at this video on mobile and see if there's a hype option for you, it should be next to the like button. But like some people don't have it. I don't know how it works. Anyway, that's it. Make sure you get lots of baskets for all your individual